How do I create a power pivot table? First of all, what is a power pivot? It is functionality in Excel that allows you to join data tables together so that you can create a pivot table from it. There is no need to use XLOOKUPs. We have 3 source data tables that we would like to join in a power pivot: animals, countries, and animals in countries. Let's have a look at what the end result looks like before commencing on the how-to. In this example, we identify the count of animals per country by food source. Food source and animal comes from the animals table. Country and country area comes from the countries table. Count comes from the animals in countries table. In each case, the data has to be added to the data model via a table. Highlight the required row and column information. Insert, table, confirm the table range. This opens up the ribbon called Table Design. At this point, a table design is automatically applied. You can change this as preferred via Table Design Table Styles. It is best practice to provide a meaningful name to the table under Table Name. Add this new table to the data model via Power Pivot, Add to Data Model. This table can be seen via the data view or the diagram view. The Power Pivot is an additional add-in in Excel. This can be enabled via File, Options, Add-ins. Manage Add-ins, COM Add-ins, Go, Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel, Add. Once completed, it appears on the top right-hand side after Help. Repeat the same process for the other sheets, namely Countries, and animals in countries. Once all the tables have been added to the data model, you can see the data via Power Pivot, Manage, Data View. Tab along the bottom to confirm that this is the data that will be reflected in the Power Pivot. You can now create a join or relationship between these tables via Power Pivot, Manage, Diagram View. If you created a diagram of how the objects connect, this is a good time to refer to it. Move the tables in the diagram view to align with the created diagram. Start with a field in the table that is unique. Example, animal in the animals table. Drag that to the matching field where duplicates are possible. For example, animal in the animal country table. Excel will reflect an error if there are duplicate entries in the anchor field. Ensure that this is not the case. Repeat the same for the field country. Double-click on the relationship to see the table with the unique records at the bottom and the duplicate records at the top. Close the Power Pivot screen to save the relationships. Create a new Power Pivot table via Power Pivot, Manage, Pivot Table. Select a new worksheet in this case. On the far right-hand side, you can now see the 3 tables we added to the data model. For the rows, select Food Source, Animal, Country, Country Area. This quickly shows that in spite of table relationships having been specified, the data of each country is displayed for each animal. This is not correct in terms of the dataset Animals in Country. If you now drag the count into Sum of Values, the data is displayed where count information has been specified. You would, however, like to see all combinations, whether the count data has been specified or not. Drag the country before the sum of count. This now looks very similar to the Power Pivot we created previously. Related topics we discuss in other data insights are: how do I determine the correct data link? Should I create a diagram of how the objects connect? How do I create a slicer? In summary, we can create a Power Pivot by adding source data to tables and to a data model. After creating a relationship between these tables in the data model, we can create a pivot table.